Hi everybody. This afternoon we're going to be doing some Hatha yoga. We're going to do some supine postures which are great for your hips. So we're going to do some hip openers. So you're going to start lying on your back. So lying right down. Get your back settled. If you need a pillow, grab yourself a pillow for behind your head. Some people need pillows under the hips. Anything you need, bring it with you. And we're going to start. So the first one we're going to do is a single leg knee hug. So bring your leg into your chest, wrap your hands around the leg. And before we hug, focus on the opposite leg, the supporting leg. Make sure your big toe is anchored on that leg so that you can keep your knee upright. We don't want your leg to be dropping out to the side. So as you breathe out, gently hug the leg in towards the chest. Try and let your shoulders relax. And hold it there. We're trying to settle the femur bone back and down into the hip socket. Feel your back sink into the mat. And as you inhale, gently rock the leg slightly away. So we work on the exhalation, we hug and hold. And on your inhalation, relax. So you can do these as many times as you like. The holding is important here. Inhale, relax. Exhale, hug. And feel your leg hugging into your body and feel your body sinking into the earth. Inhale, relax. Let's do it one more time. Exhale, hug. And if your back doesn't bother you or you don't have neck issues, at this point, if you'd like, on your next exhalation, lift your head off the mat and bring your face towards your knee. If you can bring it all the way in, great. But if you can bring it just so far, great. Then lower your head to the mat and release your foot. Good. Let's switch to the other side. Bring your other leg in. Wrap your hands around your shin. The supporting leg, the big toe is anchored, your knee is upright. And you just let everything relax. As you breathe out, hug the leg into the body. Try and let your shoulders release. You want to sink your leg bone back and down into the hip socket. And feel your body settle into the earth. Inhale, relax. Exhale and hug. And when you're doing these, you're going to notice that one side is always easier than the other. Inhale, release. And you exhale, hug. Inhale, release. The more repetitions you do of these, the looser everything becomes. Inhale, release. Last one, exhale, hug and hold. Then on your next breath out, lift your head off the mat. And if you can bring your nose or your forehead to your knee, great. And then gently lower your head down. Now let's bring the other leg up. So both legs are in. And clasp your hands around your shins or thighs if that's comfortable for you. If you have bad knees and your knees bother you, tuck your hands behind your knees. Either on top of the shins or behind the thighs. Your legs are side by side and your feet are together and your legs are together. So don't cross your ankles and try not to let your knees pop apart. So as you breathe out, we're going to breathe out and hug and breathe in and rock. Breathe out and hug. You want to let your shoulder blades relax here. Let your shoulders release. Breathe out and hug. Breathe in, relax. Breathe out and hug. Breathe in, relax. Now from here, place your hands on top of your kneecaps so that your fingers are pointing down towards your toes. Your shoulders are relaxed, your jaw is loose, face is relaxed. We're going to stir, opening the hips. We're going to pull the legs and the feet apart as we stir. It's a rocking, stirring, pelvic opening motion. Feels really good. Go the opposite direction. One more time. Good, and then gently lower your feet to the floor. And you can rock it out side to side if that feels good for you. It's up to you. Then you're going to come back to center, and we're going to go into figure four. So there's 3 parts to this figure four. You get to choose how far you want to go. So you're going to cross your foot on top of the opposite thigh. And this knee on the crossed leg is pressing away from you. So a lot of times I see this happening. So you want to take that knee and open the leg as wide as your body will allow you. That's what figure four is. If your leg goes to here, that's great. You're still opening it as wide as you can. So open it as wide as you can. And from here, you're going to bring the opposite leg in towards your chest. So this in itself is figure four. And you can use this leg to pull towards your body and use this leg to press the body away. Or if you need some help, add your hands. Place your hands behind the leg and pull the leg in towards you. This gives you a deeper stretch, a deeper opening in the hip. And the hip opening is the hip on this side. If you want to even make it more deep stretch, pull with this hand and press this leg gently, ever so gently away. From here, we can deepen the stretch by straightening the leg up and either keeping your hands around the leg at this end of the leg or make it a little bit more challenging. If you've got long arms like I do, you can certainly stretch a little further. And pull the leg towards you. Now when we do this, you might find that you're going to lean to one side. So try to keep your body in a central neutral position as you stretch, deepen the stretch. Feel that yummy, yummy stuff happening in the left hip. Now if you want to take it even further, you lift your head off the mat, and as you bring your leg towards you, you bring your nose towards that leg. And that deepens the stretch even more. So that's one variation. This is another variation. Deepens the stretch. Bending the knee, letting the foot dangle, still deepens the stretch. This is another variation. And if you can't hold your leg up, grab a strap, housecoat, belt, any kind of belt that you like, and put it around your leg to help you hold, or just let the leg do the work on its own. And for some people, with the foot on the floor, they're still getting a huge hip stretch. So you've got lots of choices to make here to deepen that stretch. So let's unhook that leg, wiggle the body out a little bit. That was nice and long. Let's cross the opposite foot over. Keep in mind, one side is always easier than the other. So now we've started to stretch that hip. If you want to take it further, bring the leg in. Let your foot dangle. Let the leg do the work. This leg's pulling in. This leg's pressing it away. Add your hands if you like. Pull the leg towards you. Keep pushing this leg away. This in itself deepens the stretch humongously. Deepen the stretch. If you can, reach the leg. Pull the leg towards you, get a deep, deep stretch. Add the other variation in if you can, if it works for you, if you don't have any back issues or neck issues. Bring the leg in. Get that yummy stretch. So that's one variation. This is another variation. This is another variation. Nice deep stretch in the hip. This is even another variation. Just having the foot across the thigh and pressing the leg gently away will help to open the hip. And then gently release and lower your foot. Realign your body now. So the next one we're going to do is a little combination exercise for your hips, and we're going to go into single leg happy baby. So single leg happy baby, you bring the leg up and you bring it to the outside. So it's not lined up with your chest, it's lined up with your armpit. And you can hold the leg either here, or if you can hold it here, or if you can hold it here, great. I'm just going to pull the leg down towards the floor. The opposite leg, you want to make sure that the big toe is anchored, and you want this knee upright, so don't let it flop out to the side. Keep the knee up, let the foot sink, let the hips sink, and focus on this side of the body. Feel that leg dropping down. We're really opening the pelvis here. Enjoy that yummy, yummy opening stretch. The breath is flowing naturally. And now take the leg, so we're releasing it up, take the leg and place your hands behind your leg. So when we're going to stretch the back of the leg in here, you don't want your leg turned out and you don't want your leg turned overly internally rotated. So your leg is straight, your knee is pointing directly towards you. And you're going to bring the leg as close to your body as you can, keeping the leg as straight as you can. So none of this, we just did that. You want the leg straight. So if you can only pull your leg to here, but your leg remains straight, that's where you want to keep your leg. If you're lucky enough and you can pull your leg forward, I've got loose joints, so I can pull my leg forward and keep my leg straighter. But as soon as your leg starts to bend, that's when you know you need to stop. So we're going to hold the leg there. Get that nice stretch. Once again, if you'd like to make this a little deeper so we bring our spine into it, you can lift your head off the mat. It's up to you. Now we're going to do one more time. We're going to bend the knee. Single leg happy baby. Big toes anchored on the opposite side. And just let your body sink and relax into the posture. Your breath is flowing naturally. One last time, stretch the leg up nice and straight. Keep the leg straight, pull the leg towards you to stretch the leg. If you want to have some fun here, you can flex and point your foot in this position. This adds more to your stretching. You can sweep the foot left and right, making a little smile with your big toe. Or you can stir the leg, stir that ankle, go the other direction. And then gently release. Lower your foot to the floor. Let your foot settle. Big toes anchored on the leg we just worked now. We're going to bring the other leg up. And you're going to take the knee out to the side towards your armpit. And you're going to either hold behind the thigh. Or maybe you can hold on the ankle. Or maybe you hold onto the foot. It doesn't matter where you hold. It's just whatever your body allows you to do. And once you're there, draw the leg down, let that leg sink down towards the earth, and let your body relax. Opposite leg is upright. Feel that nice stretch. Now straighten the leg up to the ceiling, releasing your foot and placing your hands behind your leg wherever you can hold your leg without your leg bending. So it's important that you don't bend the knee. So wherever you are with those hands, that's fine as long as the leg is straight. And you're going to pull the leg towards you. As soon as your knee starts to bend, that's when you stop. Trying to get that nice big stretch happening in the back of the leg. Want to deepen the stretch, lift your head off the mat. You don't have to though. Now release, go back into happy baby pose. Just feel your body relaxing. The longer you hold the postures, the deeper your body will release. Straighten the leg up again. One last stretch. And while we're holding it here, let's do a little footwork. Working the calf, soleus muscles, your Achilles muscles. Sweep the foot. And then do a little circulation here. Then the other direction. And then gently lower the foot. Good. So the next one we're going to do is an internal rotation of the leg bone, but it opens the hip area in your SI joints actually, which is really, really important. Most of us have tight SI joints, so this is an SI joint release, and it's also a hip flexor release. So you're going to walk your feet a little wider on your mat, and you're going to walk that one foot right out to the side and let the leg gently drop down towards the center of the mat. And from here you can just let the leg rest. Do not push down through the knee because you can strain and torque your knee and cause some injury. So you just let gravity do the work with this one. The opposite leg can remain upright. You can stretch it out, or you can let it drop out to the side. So it's whatever your body allows you to do. So it's whatever works best for your body's anatomy. So you've got 3 choices there. And this leg just rests. And what we're doing is we're stretching and working your hip flexors right along here, and we're releasing the SI joint in the back. So this is a really nice resting exercise. Just let it happen. When you had enough, you gently walk your foot in and then let the knee come back to its upright position. And then from here, make sure the feet are wide, and we're going to walk the other leg out to the side and let the leg drop in. So keep in mind that each side of your body is different and it's going to always respond differently. If your knee really bothers you when you're doing this, pull the foot back towards the hip. And then let the leg settle in towards the center of the mat. You're getting a nice stretch through your hip flexors and an SI joint release. Now gently release the leg, gently bring the leg up. So now you're going to bring your legs together, and you're going to let your right leg drop out to the side as much as it will go. So let it relax. And the bottom of your right foot now is resting against the inside edge of your left foot. You're going to push down through the floor with your left foot so that you lift your left buttocks off the mat, and you're going to tighten your left buttocks and press your pelvis towards the right. And hold the posture. Just relax your body while you're holding this posture and you're breathing. Now gently release, come down. Allow the knee to come up, and both feet are now on the mat and your legs and feet are together. From here, you're going to let your left knee drop out to the side as far as it can go so that the bottom of your left foot is resting against the inside edge of your right foot. You're going to push your right foot into the mat so that you lift your right hip off the mat, squeeze your right butt cheek, and you're going to press your pelvis to the left. Make sure you don't let that upright knee collapse into the opposite knee. And don't let it flop out to the side. It's upright. And then you're going to gently release and let everything come down. Rock your body side to side. So for now we're going to do full goddess. So full goddess is the both of bottom of the feet are together and your knees relax wide apart. Now in this position, it's really important that your low back sinks into the mat. So you have to adjust your feet so that your back can settle. You want to feel your rib cage come down. You want to feel your breastbone come down. You want to feel your sacrum in your pelvis coming into the mat. You want to feel everything sinking into the mat. Feel a nice opening in here in the hip sockets. And just rest and just breathe. Now draw your knees together and you're going to cross one ankle in front of the other and let your knees relax apart again. And again, your rib cage and breastbone and sacrum are down on the mat so you feel your back sinking and pelvis sinking into the earth. And just hold the posture and focus on breath. And then draw the knees up and switch ankles, crossing the other ankle in front, and once again letting your knees relax apart. Feel your back and pelvis sink into the earth as you rest, and feel your pelvis opening. Now draw your knees up, uncross your ankles. Readjust your body and bring both knees into your chest. And the last one we're going to do is full happy baby pose. So you're holding on to behind the knees, if that works for you, your ankles, if that works for you, or your feet. And some people will hold on to the big toes. So if you're a traditionalist, you grab your big toe with your index finger and your thumb, and you pull those knees in towards your armpits, down towards the earth. Feet are wide apart in this posture to keep the pelvis open. Feel your back and your pelvis sink. It's a great stretch. And then when you want to release, allow the feet to come together, allow your knees to come together. Lower one foot and lower your other foot. And from here, you'll roll to your side and push yourself up to a seated position. And that's it for hip openers lying in a supine position for Hatha Yoga. Thanks everybody. See you tomorrow.